Blessed be everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are talking about the power of magic, energy, intention, and manifestation. We talk about that a lot on this channel because this channel is about witchcraft and magic, and it's pretty much what witches do, a lot of magic. We do other things too, and we'll talk about that, and then there's a lot of information on this channel as to the different things that we do, but a lot of the time it is about magic, energy, intention, manifestation. Now, before we dive into the topic, my name is Sandra. I'm the author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path. If you want to know more about Wicca, witchcraft, magic, tarot, shadow work, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. If you want to become a great spellcaster and be great at manifestation, I do have a free PDF called the Spellcaster Checklist. And that checklist gives you some things to think about and to check before you do your spells so that you can plan them better. It also gives you a lot of information at the beginning of what the most important thing is about magic and what you really need to know about magic before you do cast your spells, so that when you come to cast your spells, you're doing it in a much more effective way to give you more success. So the Spellcaster Checklist is in the description field below this video, and you can also find it on my freebies tab on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. So let's get started talking about magic as a natural force, because everything is nature and it is a natural force. But it isn't something outside of ourselves. It is something within ourselves, because everything is within ourselves. Even what we're perceiving to be outside of ourselves is actually a projection that's coming from inside ourselves. So it's not a supernatural phenomenon. So get that out of your head. It's not some, I have magical powers, or I want magical powers. I have people who email me wanting magical powers. Magic is not supernatural. It's very natural. It works with natural laws, and it is something that we all have the ability to do, and we can all do it pretty much straight away when you know how to do it. It's about directing your thoughts, your emotions, your imagination, which is your intentions, to create change in some way, to create your reality in the way that you want to create it, as opposed to not wanting to create it. And even if you don't know how to do magic, you're still doing magic every day anyway, because you're still using your thoughts and your emotions and your imagination to create things. So magic happens, whether you want to happen or not. If you come from a religious belief where magic is wrong and evil, and even people who believe that are still doing magic whether they want to be doing it or not. They just don't realize what magic is and how it works. So the role of energy in magic is understanding that everything is energy, that 99% of everything is energy. So we've discovered that atoms are 99% energy and the rest is particle. So everything is vibrating, everything is moving. We're living in a very moving, dancing universe, you could say. And our thoughts and our emotions influence our energy and the energy around us. And when we're having an emotion, we are being in a certain frequency of energy. We could be in a more lower vibration or higher vibration, depending on what the emotion is. And so we're always vibrating. And our thoughts create our emotions. So what we're thinking is going to then establish what we're vibrating at. So whether we're having a low vibration day or a higher vibration day, and the goal is to be able to do enough work on yourself so that you're having more high vibration days than low vibration days. So magic involves aligning that energy with the desired outcome. It's like you've got to be a vibrational match for what it is that you want, which means you have to change yourself in order to get what you want. It's not about changing the outside world, because the outside world doesn't exist. It's changing your perception of the outside world so that you start to create the outside world, because it's coming from your own projections. So if you're wanting to change your financial circumstances and have more money coming to you, then you need to vibrate at that frequency of somebody who has that amount of money coming to them regularly. So if you want to earn an extra 50K a year, then you need to be vibrating at the frequency of someone who earns that extra 50K a year. So you have to change your beliefs about yourself in order to manifest that. Or even if you manifest that without changing your thoughts and beliefs about yourself, if you can't change your thoughts and beliefs about yourself, that 50K may go. So it's about changing who you are and who you perceive yourself to be. The power of intention is important too. You need to know exactly what it is that you want, because that intention is going to direct your imagination. Your imagination is going to fuel your emotions, and your emotions are going to create the vibration. You have to be true to yourself, true to what you truly, truly, truly want, not what you think you deserve, not what you think you have to settle for, not what somebody else told you you should want, but what you truly want. Go for what you truly, truly want. If you want happiness, then go for the things that you know are going to make you happy. Your higher self already knows the path that you're on. And when you tune into your true desires, your true passions, your true talents, you will find your path of what it is that you're wanting to do and what you're wanting to manifest. Trust that. Trust what that is. And don't worry about what other people are telling you. If you want to do magic for a career, for example, go for the career you really want. And even if it seems unobtainable, still go for it anyway. You might be 50 and want to become a prima ballerina. Okay, that's probably not going to happen, because at 50, believe me, I know, the body's not up to it. But that doesn't mean that you can't have some kind of career in dance. It could be in some other way. It could be something else that connects you to dance in some way. If you focus on that, something will happen. And so you might not become prima ballerina, but you may find that there's something else there that the magic can lend you towards or lead you towards. Always look for what it is that you truly want and allow things to unfold from there. Your desire to dance, which is really the desire of being prima ballerina or wanting to have the ability to perform for a lot of people doing dance, could manifest in a different way. You might not be the ballerina, but you may be dancing in front of a whole lot of people doing some other style of dance that the body can handle when you're 50, because it can. You can still dance in your 50s. Really go for what it is that you want and allow your higher self to reveal the truth of it, what's really underneath that desire to dance, for example. And you may find something very new and very different as a part of your career. So don't hold back on these things. Rituals, symbols, spells, they all help anchor and strengthen your intention. So doing a spell is like a hypnotic anchor. It will really help you connect to your subconscious mind, and it gives your subconscious mind something more tangible to hold on to, because you're actually physically doing something to manifest what it is. So that's why the spells and the rituals and the things that we use in magic, we use them. We don't just use our imagination, although you can do that. A lot of people who use law of assumption do just use their imagination, and that's all they use. They don't use anything else, and they get results too. So the subconscious has a huge role in this. Our beliefs shape our reality by influencing our perception and hence our action that we take from that. Rituals can help reprogram the subconscious mind, which can then reinforce the belief in the spell's success. Rituals can help us change the way that we're thinking and feeling in that moment. And when we do rituals enough, we start to take on that sense of magic, that sense of connection to our higher selves and the connection to the magical world. So it's about doing and practicing these things on a regular basis so that we're constantly connecting to what it is that we're doing. When you're doing magic, the joy is in the doing of the magic too. You're not just doing the spell to get a result, you're doing the spell for the joy of doing the spell. Feeling and the experience of working the magic, connecting to the tools of magic, such as the correspondences in magic, the herbs, the crystals, the colors, the planetary timings, and working with planetary energies. These are energetic amplifiers. So when we're working with Jupiter for expansion in some way, we're working with that energy of expansion. So if you're wanting to expand your income, then working with Jupiter is a great way to expand that energy because of the correspondence of Jupiter to expansion. Herbs can help with that because they're vibrating at certain frequencies, and when you connect the herbs at that same vibration, it just amplifies the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the feeling that you already have what it is that you want. And you're using the crystals and you're using the colors to help you get that feeling, to help you feel more of that feeling. So these tools, they help focus the energy. And even though they're not necessary, because we can do it all in our imagination, they are something that are fun to work with. A lot of people love working with material things. Some people love to be in their imagination. They don't need herbs and crystals and things. Other people love to work with these more tangible things. It's like you're giving the magic something tangible to work through. And it's helping you too. On a subconscious level, it's making you feel like the magic is more real because you're touching things and handling things on that physical level. Now, some practical tips for effective magic are this. 1, be clear about what you want and understand why you want it. What is it about this outcome that appeals to me? Why do I want this? How do I think I'm going to feel when I get it? Because that's really what you're after. You're after the feeling. You're not after the thing. It's not the thing. It's the feeling the thing will give you, or the perceived feeling. You think that this thing's going to give you this feeling, and so you're going for the thing. But it's the feeling you're after. So focus on what it is you're wanting to feel and how this thing's going to make you feel, or how you think it's going to make you feel. And then once you've understood that, you want to feel into that feeling. Feel into the feeling you expect to have once you get that thing that you're doing the magic for. And as you feel into that, you start to change yourself. You start to become the person who has it, because you have to change yourself to get the big goals and the big things that you want in your life. You can't have that wonderful life being the person who doesn't have that wonderful life within yourself. And this is your self-concept, your sense of self. Your sense of self has to change. It's not that you have to become a better person. It's not that you have to become more educated or more enlightened or more any of these things. It's your self-concept that has to change. So when I mean identity shifting, or that you have to become the person who has those things, you have to perceive yourself as being deserving of these things and that it's okay for you to have it. It's your self-concept that has to change. It's not anybody else's concept of you. It's not like you've got to become like somebody you admire, or you've got to be like that person. It's not that you're not good enough and that you've got to change who you are to get what you want. It's your relationship with you and your sense of self that you have to change. Because if your sense of self is negative and very belittling, then you're not going to get the results you're wanting to get from your magic, because you need to build yourself up to get there. So it's your relationship with yourself that needs to change. Do some inner work. Do some shadow work and allow yourself to work with affirmations. Use EFT tapping, for example, to change your mindset, to change your thinking, or some other of the energetic psychological techniques that are out there now. There's a lot of different modalities out there that can help you change who you're feeling yourself to be. You can use magical tools to help you change your relationship with yourself, like sigils, doing magic, doing spells to help you feel more confident in who you are, working with deities who can help you go into yourself and understand what you need to change within yourself, like Hekate, like Kernunos, for example, working with those deities. Using visualization and your imagination to imagine yourself as this more confident version of you who has and does the things you really want to have and do. And what does it feel like to step into that version of you? How uncomfortable is it to step into that version of you? And that's okay if it's uncomfortable. It will be at first. But through that discomfort, you'll find the beliefs that are causing it. And then if you change those beliefs, you can step into that version of yourself way more comfortably, until eventually you will be that version of you that is more confident and is more of who you truly are. Another important thing with magic is to let go of the attachment. Even if you do want certain things and certain experiences in your life, you have to let go of needing them. You need to allow them, desire them, but not need them and not hold on to them. It's about being able to allow yourself to not have them, and that life will still be okay. to trust that everything is working out for you. Because you may find that there's what you think you want isn't actually what you need to be happy, to get you to the feeling that you want. It might be something else. So if you allowed yourself to step back from what it is you're working with and just being grateful for what it is that you already have right now, accepting what you have right now, being appreciative for the good things that you have in your life and focus on the good things that you have right now, focus on the things that bring you joy, focus on the activities that you're doing now, the people that you're with now. As you focus on that and also work towards your magical vision at the same time, but letting go of the need to have it and the worrying about why it hasn't shown up yet. And that can be a process. That can be a time-consuming process of change. That's why I do the identity shifting. It's why I do the shadow work and have shadow work courses in the Mystery Witch School, because it's through learning about beliefs, learning about tapping, working with deities like Hekate, and stepping into that new version of yourself that you start to make these changes. And when this happens, the magic starts to happen almost by itself, because you're becoming much more of a magical being by stepping into who you truly are. So magic is who you are and what you are, and it is a fun thing to work with. And if you're new to magic or you're struggling with magic, I do have a short course on magic called The Witch's Guide to Magic. And that course is to really show you how simple magic can be. Really simple spells. There's over about 100 spells in that course that are based on love and romance, money and success, health and wellness, protection and defense magic, all of those separate types of magic. And each and every one of those separate modules goes into a lot of depth about how to work with that particular area of magic. How do you work with love and romance? If you're struggling with love and romance, why are you struggling with it? It will go into all of those details. So that's The Witch's Guide to Magic. There's a link in the description field below this video for how you can obtain that. And enjoy it. Learn the truth about magic. You don't need all the ingredients. You don't need to spend a lot of money on stuff. You just need to understand the principles of magic and become the person who has those things. And start to really enjoy being who you are in your life, and the magic will unfold. Now, if you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Blessed be.